Hello beautiful souls! We are here with another installment of Snuggly Capsule, where we take a look at new upcoming event trailers for certain fashion games and share our first impressions as well as delve into a narrative analysis. For today's video, we'll be taking a look at Life Makeover's new upcoming Lightchase over on the CNNC server called Palm Cage. This is supposedly a collab, and I'm not here to compare any suits to their other game called Dragon Raja. I'm just here to enjoy the beautiful sets. So if that sounds like a fun time, please grab a drink and join us on this little adventure. We'll watch the trailer first and closely inspect all the details of the sets afterwards. I can hardly contain my excitement, so let us take a first look at the trailer. Let's do this. We are going to watch this trailer all the way through for the first time without interruptions or pausing, just so I can enjoy the beautiful cinematography and so I can get my thoughts all together. Let's do it. I love this so much. The lifeless look in her eyes. That is hardcore. This is just spectacular, honestly. Oh. The way she regains a proper gaze in her eyes. Are we getting queer baited again? Oh my gosh, the snapping of the strings, yes! Be free! Why am I getting emotional right now? I think I'm actually getting teary-eyed a little. Oh. Wow. Okay, that was a lot. That was a lot. Let's dissect it together. So let's try to analyze this step by step. The quote that was posted to go along with the video on their Weibo page was, "Where there are people, there is desire." And it kind of reflects this theme throughout this trailer. It's a story about breaking free from control and finally experiencing the excitement of starting fresh and anew. So you can see she picks up this little pearl that leads her on the path, I guess, to find what she needs to find. And what she finds is not entirely what she expected. We see this person, I guess we could call her, who is attached to these puppet strings. And you can tell she's being controlled. She appears lifeless. Her mind is trapped elsewhere. She's not aware, right? And we can see that with how lifeless her eyes look. Yeah, once we get a close-up right here. She even hesitates to touch her because it's almost like this innate fear of touching something that is potentially being controlled by an unseen hand, right? I don't know, it gives a bit of an eerie vibe. And I think this video will also make more sense once we have additional context, which is a little animation that they posted on the Weibo page as well. We will take a look at that too, because I want to see how it ties into everything and delve deeper into the character that we're currently seeing on screen. So here we're seeing this mechanical bird plopping into her ribcage, right? It's a bit gruesome of a visual, but it's to symbolize how many people out there feel constrained by social norms and expectations. Why am I getting so emotional? I'm so sorry. I'm really a sensitive person, and I love analyzing these kind of things, but I just sometimes take it a bit too personally, and I get very empathetic and I relate to the character even if I didn't go personally through any of such hardships. But it's just, anyway, yes, because we are constrained by these societal norms, whether it be our careers or personal identities, there's these certain expectations set upon us, and it makes you feel like you're living someone else's life. Like you're controlled, right, by something behind the scenes. And this situation of being inside a cage, unable to be free, is something no one wants to really feel, because you feel so lost in this vast world. And finally, there's some kind of a reaction. Here you can tell she's also still not really there, so it's almost like whatever preconceived notions she has in her mind, this is what's driving her currently, but it is not her. It's not truly who or what she is. Yeah, she's a puppet on a string. She is shackled to the truth that was created for her, not the truth that she truly believes in. And you can see it's almost like that loneliness and craving to break free is entrapping the other person there. It's kind of like when you're feeling so alone in this world, you want somebody else there to just carry a little bit of your burden. So it's almost like she's pulling her into this mindset. Oh my gosh, that little smile. But then she just reaches out and completely releases the metaphorical bond that's holding herself back and this person as well. It's so beautiful. Okay. So we're going from this journey of being confused to becoming more aware and enlightened. This is, of course, portrayed by them opening their eyes. Look how clear they become. She's finally aware. They realize their humanity aspect and the potential of who they can be as a person is so unique and special. You can transform through struggles. Sometimes struggling is part of life. But if you're able to bravely face those challenges, it can lead you to a new dawn and you can have a fresh start. You don't have to feel like you are stuck with no way out. So challenging these societal constraints and opening your eyes to new possibilities and paths. Oh my gosh, it's so sweet. Because it's like literally the embracing their true selves here, right? The little hug that they share. It just shows that pursuing your own passions and interests that might not align with traditional expectations is something worth holding on to. This shift that they have here towards authenticity and self-acceptance, it just mirrors beautifully with kind of the short journey that we just saw them go through, and embracing this light and forgiveness, because you should forgive yourself at the end of the day. That is one way you can have a fulfilling life. Just how this little bird gets to be free by having a fresh beginning, so can you as well, where you get to live your truest, most passionate lives by being who you are. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. I think I went a little bit too deep into this. I hope it was somewhat right. Based on little quotes they posted, it kind of seems to be heading in that direction. So like I mentioned earlier, there's a little animation, almost like a prologue to go along with the trailer we just watched, called Rebirth of the Porcelain Heart, and I just want us to take a brief look at it together. So it seems like she is an icon for the city that they're in, and the prayers that everyone lavishes her with are so fervent and contain so much longing that it tightens the strings on her slowly, bit by bit. So this towering platform that she's on makes her feel like, instead of being in an open space where you feel adored by others, it's almost like their prayers are just whispers of sinister things. So it turns their devotion into prison, basically. And this is no longer a sanctuary. Instead, it is a prison. So emotions and will are redundant here. They do not care for such things. All they care about is perfect artistry, perfect appearance. But lies can never endure. Escape here seems futile. Nothing you can do can really break you free from these constraints because you're too scared to take that step. And it's completely understandable. So what frees her in the end is this solitary figure that we see emerge. She will bring forth the dawn of liberation. So since this is a collab, so let us talk about Lin Xiaojun. This is one of the collaborators who worked on the set. And the Life Makeover team introduced her as, in a world where shadows tell stories and strings, dance with ancient tales, Lin Xiaojun, the guardian of intangible cultural heritage, joins this vibrant journey. So through Chuanzhou's timeless string puppetry, she breathes life into a ritual of Minnan civilization's legacy. So they were thinking, amidst these marvels of puppetry's ancient craft, how could they possibly weave this story tradition into the set? This is why they decided to collaborate with Lin Xiaojun, and they were driven by shared visions to innovate puppetry's enduring legacy. She unveiled the richness of string puppetry's tradition to a wider audience, and in this latest rendition, she infuses her deep insights and faithfully restores the essence and movements of puppets, inspiring the creation of the set. And what a beautiful set it is. Another person that they collabed with was Xu Lizhi, and she embraces the millennia-old tradition of Dehua white porcelain and upholds its historical essence through meticulous craftsmanship. So Life Makeover's quest here was to unveil ancient porcelain art in new forms, bridging cultural legacies. Collaborating with her resonated deeply with their mission to celebrate national aesthetics and cultural continuity. Seeing as she is a fashion design virtuoso, she was able to infuse innovative concepts and color theories into porcelain craftsmanship. Xu Lizhi is able to enrich the artistic depth of her creations through handcrafted flower molding and cutting-edge spray painting techniques. So by collabing with her, they were able to deepen their insights into Dehua white porcelain's authentic craftsmanship. They were able to explore innovative technical approaches to be able to showcase its intrinsic characteristics. And I love that for them. Honestly, given how the players seem so excited, how this collab is promoting traditional culture, and it isn't just limited to ancient costumes alone, they were able to integrate traditional craftsmanship with gaming for external, for this development. And it's a very effective way to spread culture in a broader sense. It was a phenomenal idea on Life Makeover's part. Let us take a closer look at the sets here. So as we have already established, this one in particular, the 6-star set, was inspired by Chinese Dehua white porcelain and Chuanzhou string puppets, right? So you can see that crystal clear by the porcelainized left arm, which is a standout feature here. And it basically highlights its flawless white texture amidst the palette of glossy white, red, and gold. It evokes this very unique aesthetic, right? You don't get to see that quite often. And you can tell they went through great detail to make the material seem so realistic and yet blend so perfectly into our game. Of course, we cannot not talk about the stunningly visual focus of the intricate birdcage motif here. As you can see, it's carved into her waistline while also blending these patterns and jewelry. It is a very captivating piece that my eyes were definitely drawn to it, and I have nothing but praise as well for it. This is a very cool aesthetic that just speaks to me on a personal level, I guess. It's also the way it opens, it very birdcage and lifelike. I mean, the mechanical bird itself obviously adds a little bit of a charm. And I'm guessing there's gonna be some animation going on somewhere in the set. So her leg is also porcelainized, which is beautiful. The recolor of this set is absolutely stunning. Wow. It's almost you could say that this is her being reborn at this point, or wow, look at the marble texture on the arm. It's utterly beautiful. Yeah, it's just the way I could see this being functional, even though obviously nobody could have something like this, nobody could look like this in real life, but something about this set is just wonderful. And when you consider the message that comes with it, it becomes even more beautiful. I absolutely adore the 5-star set as well, especially because it contains such a rich story to go along with it. It's a reflection on the journey towards freedom and liberation amidst all of these challenges that we face in life. It explores themes of resilience and hope, and how even in the darkest moments, you can tell all this that she is going through the darkest moments with all these shackles, there remains this persistent pursuit of freedom. Basically, if one perseveres, they can break free from these constraints and experience what some people would refer to as rebirth. No matter what adversity you face, there is room for you to triumph. One should never give that up or forget about it. I have seen people make fun of her little chicken tail. I can see the resemblance, but I think it just looks pretty cute. Of course, her crystallized arm is another feature that really stands out. I, again, will not be comparing her to any Dragon Raja character. This is not what we're here for. This is their game after all. If they want to bring characters from their other games into Life Makeover game, I don't think there's an issue with that, and they're taking very creative spins on the items, so I'm absolutely in support of it. How cute is it in their recolor as well? Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize that is a huge shattered effect. That is awesome. She almost gives, in this recolor, she almost looks like someone who could be in an idol group as a dancer. Yeah, like even with the little half heart against the cheek. Don't tell me, like this really reminds me of it. But yeah, I'm so excited to see how they will look like in game, which parts will be animated, what kind of animations exactly. Yeah, this event has me on the edge of my seat. It's so well done. Every single thought that just went into it. And this is the 4-star set. It's super cute with the little buns. It might be a little underwhelming for some after they see those 2 grand suits, but I think it's cute, and we need something a bit simplistic to let us breathe after all that beauty, you know? Sometimes good things lie in the simplicity. This is the SSR ally Sean, Tale of Heartbreak. Look at him. Wow. How gorgeous is this piece? It's so beautiful. Honestly, the amount of effort that went into all of this, I cannot help but applaud them. I hope I'm pronouncing the Chinese names in this video somewhat accurately. I am not a native Chinese speaker. The only introduction I've had to Mandarin was me watching Chinese drama series. That is all. Yes, anyway. So this comment by 巧西家话 was something that just made me giggle so much. So let's read it together. I promised not to spend any more money on Life Makeover this month, but after seeing the teaser, I accidentally stepped on water while washing my hands, spun around twice and a half, and my phone flew out of my pocket into the sink. When I slipped, water splashed from my hands and accidentally hit the 648 cheer button. So it's the equivalent of our $100 recharge. Obviously, 648 yuan is kind of cheaper than $100, but you know. When I got up to grab my phone, I accidentally did face payment, and by the time I stood up, I had already recharged 648 yuan. So I can relate. You know, it's not us. It just so happened that it landed in such a way that I recharged for the set, you know. I can completely understand. Like, it's so beautiful, and seeing the positive feedback that they're getting from Chinese players is really heartwarming, I guess, because you can tell the effort and the passion that went into this project, and I'm very happy for them. I'm so curious to know your thoughts on this new Lightchase, and also I tried something different for this video. I went completely unscripted with my analysis, so hopefully it wasn't too rough around the edges. Your feedback would mean the world to me. Let me know whether you'd like more content like this in the future, or if you prefer more polished, scripted ones instead. Thank you for watching. Until the next video, stay sweet and may the RNG luck be always with you. 再见。